PDP steel frame. I've been waiting for this 4.5 for a minute. Shout out to Walther for always supporting the channel. This is sent to us by Walther. There's no money exchange, it's simply for content and for holster fitment. So, the 4.5 steel frame. This is a little different than the 5.1 gun, but before I talk too much about it, let's go to the range and shoot it. Not bad, especially with a different trigger on this one, first rounds. Much better. Before I get too far in this video about the PDP steel frame, let me tell you a little about what we do here at RDR. We're primarily a soft goods manufacturer specialized in plate carriers, placards, chest rigs, a full line of canine gear. But more importantly, we specialize in safariland holster mods, holster wraps, and holster accessories. We have a full line of holsters that support the PDP steel frame, Palmer, 4-inch, 4.5, even the 5-inch steel frame with the SRO and or RMR HD, all of which you can find on our website at rdrgear.com. So, the 4.5-inch steel frame. This was a new release at SHOT Show. This is a match gun per se, but don't think you couldn't run a match gun as a duty gun. This gun is a concealed carry gun, might be a little rough. It is just over 40 ounces unloaded, so that might be a little bit of a stretch for carry, but you could if you wanted to, and if you're just a fan of steel guns, this could be an option for you. A lot of guys carry CZs, so you're in that same family. So as I mentioned earlier, 4.5-inch frame, or a slide, full-size frame, 18-round magazine, or 18-round magazine capacity. Each pistol comes with 3 18-round magazines. What's nice if you own, these are flush fits, right? But if you own the 5-inch gun with the mag well and you have the base pads, those will fit as well, which gives you a little bit extra on the pistol, and it looks cool as well. So that's an option for you there. Factory grips, Lock Grips does make aftermarket grips. You can get these in thinner, bigger colors, quite a big selection on your grip textures and things from Lock Grips. So I just haven't got any yet, but I will be getting some for this pistol. On the slide, standard top end as any other PDP. This one here is outfitted with the RMR HD. For plates, Walther does not send a plate with the pistol. I still think everybody should just be force-fed a RMR plate, because if you think about it, RMRs were pretty much the first red dot out there that everybody probably has. Delta points and other acros and all that other stuff, that's kind of after the fact. But RMR footprint with the Hollow Sun popularity, everybody owning an RMR, I feel the gun should just simply come with an RMR plate, and then anything else you could use the coupon code or scan or whatever to get that plate of your choice. But I would like to see companies sending guns or sending plates with pistols, even if they just kind of uniformly say, hey, RMR comes with it, anything else after the fact, let us know what you want, and either discounts or whatever case may be for these other obscure plates. But I did happen to have this on a PDP Pro Compact, so I took it off of that, put it on here, and we're good to go there. Holsters do fit the RMR HD, the square SRO. So again, if you have this gun or a Palmer version, you can get that in a front holster, no problem. Sights are the standard 3-dot white sights, nothing crazy there. You're gonna either take them off or you're going to upgrade those anyway. It doesn't matter. Surefire X300. And now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the trigger. So when you look at the 5-inch steel frame gun, you notice that you get this very fancy flat face dynamic trigger. When I was at SHOT Show, I tried to ask, no one really had an answer for me, why the 4.5-inch pistol did not get the same trigger as the 5-inch gun. Some guys, oh, well, this is a match pistol, it's for competition. They're both very match driven. There is a 1/2 inch in length between the two pistols. The 5-inch has the lightning cuts, the 4-inch does not, or 4.5 inches does not. But I don't know why aesthetically, when you're paying the same price point for both pistols, why the trigger isn't in both guns. And I can see that on the consumer side as well, because now you're like, well, why can't I have it? You know, and I get that. And then, oh wait, I want the trigger, but I gotta go buy the trigger after I've already paid the money for the steel frame. So that is something that I think is definitely a consumer viewpoint, that it should be included because of the price of the base pistol. But when you look at the performance of the trigger, it really is an aesthetics thing. It's not any better or any worse, because this trigger is pretty dang tight. So I personally like both. Comfort-wise, I feel the curved trigger feels better on the trigger because of how wide the shoe is. This base front face right here, the trigger is very, very wide. So when you get up on the pistol, you're at wall right there, right? And then that's it. There's no extra creep, there's no little extra nothing. It's just going to break, and that's it, right? Reset, you're right there again. So it's very fast in regards to getting on the gun, right? That over travel to reset again, right there, and then you're back on the wall. So, and then when you're at that wall, as I mentioned, that break is right there. Same thing with the 5-inch gun, right? And I will say the only difference I think on the 5-inch pistol with the flat face dynamic trigger is where the break ends, right? You're not all the way to the rear of the trigger guard, you are just right there, that 90. So that is something to be said with the dynamic trigger versus the curved trigger. But when you're there, it's it. So especially and there's just enough resistance. If I was Kenneth on duty and you were up on target, now I'm at that wall and I can stay here, right? And then break that shot. So that is something I do think the trigger does visually detract, because you're not seeing that fancy flat face extra Gucci trigger in there. But performance-wise, there is no difference between the two triggers, in my opinion. I couldn't see it today. And there's a comparison review we're going to drop after this one, that we did a head-to-head with the 4.5 steel frame and then the 4.5 professional. The professional has the magwell, the flat face trigger, Palmer frame, acro slide cut on the pistol, X300 weapon light, and they both have ZR tactical upgraded guide rod and recoil springs. So, but again, we did a head-to-head kind of not very scientific comparison, but it was close enough to show you guys performance of the two pistols. Same round of magazine, same distance, same targets, etc. But you guys, I think when you look at this pistol, if you're going off performance, there's no lack of performance just because you don't have that flat face trigger. So, but I do understand from the consumer side that your brain may say, well, hey, if I'm paying that much money for the 4.5-inch gun and the 5-inch gun has it, and then, oh wait, then there's this Palmer one that has it, why this one? So I'm not for sure if there's a reason for that from Walther, but at the end of the day, the curved trigger works just as well. And it's a very, very fast trigger, very clean trigger, and a very minimal overtrap or any minimal extra creep once you get to the wall. So I was impressed with that. Because that's when I first got the pistol, I'm like, that's odd that it didn't have it. Because I couldn't remember if I saw one with the curved or flat in the 4.5 at the SHOT Show. I assumed that the 4.5 had the flats. But again, that was just something that surprised me, but today at the range, had zero issue. Definitely, this pistol impresses me a lot because I like the weight. I like a steel frame gun over a Palmer gun. I like the steel versus the Palmer for the flex. I like the weight of the gun. I like how much better this gun recoils in my hand, especially with the upgraded ZR tactical components on the internals. Lock grips, I could probably get something slightly larger in the back strap here. I'm sure they have one that's got a little bit more hump to it, just a smidge. But other than that, man, the pistol is lights out. Very impressed with it, very happy. And again, now we have the holster to fit, pistol to fit holsters, and except for you guys. But man, thank you to Walther for always supporting the channel. This gun took a minute to get, but they're extremely popular, and that's why we had to wait. If you made it this far in the video and you like Walther content, like, share, subscribe. You'll see more content like this from other channels as well as us. So next time, be well, take care.